these percentages say that black people commit more crimes towards white people than white people do to black people. And have you ever noticed that?
Not true. The system of white supremacy is the master of all crimes. Just the system itself. That system being in place.
Hmm.
And that causes black people to do all this other stuff. See, we are set up to go to jail.
Right.
See, that's what I've been trying to tell. That's another part of the code. We got to get a thing going now that we ain't going to jail. See, I mean, hey, that is a setup. See, you know, we will do anything to keep from going to jail.
Hmm.
Really, you know, we ain't doing nothing that we think might get us in jail except what they call begging, what I call making compensatory investment requests.
Hmm. What's that?
It's what white people call begging.
Oh.
It's no matter how you use words. See, how do you get capital in a capitalistic system, which is say what the white supremacists said we all must support? They say that. See, so you can't overrule that because that's what they say. Okay, so and they tell you that there's two ways to get capital.
Right.
One, well, three ways really. You can work for it, which might include making it, because that's work, because that's how the white supremacists got theirs. Or you can ask for it.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, since we don't have nothing, the only way we can get something is to ask for it.
Right.
I often give the illustration of the a.k.a. Chrysler Corporation.
Okay.
The K car. You might have been too young to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Iacocca came up with a design for the K car. But he didn't have no money because Chrysler was going under. That's one of the big three. General Motors. What's the other one? Chrysler and the other one.
Ford?
Ford, right, yeah. That's the big three. Well, Chrysler several times has almost gone under. I mean, they almost went out of business. Lee Iacocca was one of the chiefs, but not the chief at the time. They made him that. Well, Chrysler tried to save it, but they didn't have no money. I mean, Chrysler was spending money hand over fist on their cars, and they were going out of business. So he came up with the idea of what he called the K car, which turned out to be a car that wasn't nothing to it. It gave all kind of problems. But anyhow, he had the idea, but he didn't have no money.
Hmm.
So how is he going to get it? The same way I say that black people have to get whatever they're going to get. And they shouldn't steal it and rob for it like we do out here every day. Because that's a trap.
Hmm.
They're set up to handle us when we do that. We should ask for it. They call it begging, but I call it entrepreneurship. I call it, seeking capital. And I gave it a name, a compensatory name, called a compensatory investment request. If I was on the streets of New York right now, and down and out, that's what I would be doing. If I couldn't get no kind of job, but I wouldn't do it in front of the liquor store. Over on that side street, over in Jersey someplace. A whole lot of broken glass and a whole bunch of down and out people and everybody hustling around there, prostitutes and all like that. That wouldn't be where I'd be standing around like black people do, asking for quarters. I would pick out the fanciest hotel I could find and walk into the lobby. And as some people trying to check in for the big business conventions and whatnot, I would check right with them and start asking for money. But we call it winter time because it's nice and warm in there.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Yeah. I mean, you all have a big business convention? I'm a businessman. Now, I just came off the street. But you think you're laughing, but I had on the radio, and I mean it. And I'm saying it to presidents and everybody else, and trying to get everybody else to repeat it and do it, who's in that condition. When you drop down to that condition, but here's the criteria. For poor, you go out and rob somebody, or go and try to steal something, or break in some warehouse somewhere. You let the whole white world know you ain't ever going to do that. And if you go into jail, it's not going to be for none of that nonsense. If you go into jail, it's going to be for making a compensatory investment request, which is what's going to happen. You're going to get arrested. See, if I walk into the fanciest hotel I can find and walk up to those white women and start saying, I'd like for you to invest in me as an entrepreneur.
They call that fraud.
Yeah, compensatory investment request. And they'll say, what? You know, what the hell are you talking about, Paul? You know, I say, compensatory investment request. That's me. You know, I'd like for you to make a compensatory investment, meaning making up for what's missing. What's missing is I don't have any capital. And I would like to get some capital. And the way for me to get it is to ask people who have it. And when you're standing here with that fur coat and all that jewelry on, ma'am, I assume that you have capital. And you're coming here with your husband to a business meeting, and I'm an entrepreneur. So, well, what business you in? Right now, I'm trying to get some seed money so I can find out, make a survey, find out what business to go in.
Okay.
I think maybe if you could put me up in this hotel for the night, that would be an excellent start. And we can discuss the details tomorrow at dinner or at breakfast. I mean, which you will pay for, of course.
Ain't buying that.
Now, yes, right.
Literally.
What's going to happen when you do that? I mean, I'm talking about a practical situation now. I'm actually doing this as of this minute right now. What would you say would happen?
She'll probably call the cops and
they would call a black guard who's in all these fancy places.
Yeah.
He would come from nowhere. He'd come up and say, what's up, man? You know,
he's harassing me.
what's up, bro? You know, he'd be there with his dreadlocks and whatnot. And his uniform. He'd go, what's up, bro? What seems to be the problem? You know? And I'll say, I'm trying to engage this lady in some entrepreneurial ideas that I have. And evidently there's a misunderstanding about what it is I'm trying to do. And say, no, bro, I mean, there ain't no misunderstanding. You have to walk, man. Come on, don't make my job hard.
I'm barely making it, man.
He ain't getting paid to start no big rumble, and he just wants me to cooperate and go back out on the street, okay?
Yeah, I experienced that.
I tell him, I'm not trying to make your job hard, you know? So I think you want to be an entrepreneur too. Well, I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm quite sure if this is a business convention, it's a whole bunch of people here who are trying to figure out how they can better themselves. I'm one of them, okay? And he say, man, where'd you come up with this? That's probably what he would say. See, you know, you can just anticipate what people are going to say. See, that's part of the code. You're able to anticipate what people are going to say and what they're going to do. You already know what's going to happen. So finally, he's going to say, hey, man, you're going to have to leave this lobby. I'm going to lose my job. Don't make me lose my job, man. You know, come on, cooperate.
Yeah.
But I say, no, I'm not trying to start a disturbance. I'm here as a citizen, as a guest, trying to make contacts, business contacts. I heard they were having a convention here, that's why I came here. You know, where do you want me to go? Stand in front of the liquor store, there's no convention going on there. I'm being practical. See, I'm going to give it to her. See, I'm saying the same things because I'm going to have to repeat this in court. Because that's what I'm asking for.
Oh, okay.
He's going to call the cops. See, and when them cops roll up, see, he's just a guard.
Yeah.
In most places, he can't arrest me. Unless he can just put me out of the place.
Yep.
Well, see, since I'm not leaving, he's going to have to do the next best thing, and that's called the rollers. They're going to come up in squad cars.
15 of them.
Yeah, a couple of them walk in there and say, what's the problem here? Say, this fellow won't leave and whatnot, see? And they're talking crazy and all like that, see?